Let's pray. Let's pray and get on to look at this wonderful word that will bless us so much on this blessed morning. I want to invite you to Luke chapter 9. We'll read from verse 57 and to end right there on verse 58. I want to talk with you about working for God. Just want to invite your attention to consider something very important about working for God. Reading from the New King James Version of the English Bible. It reads in verse 57 of Luke chapter 9. Now it happened as they journeyed on the road that someone said to him, Lord, I will follow you wherever you go. And Jesus said to him, foxes have holes and birds of the air have nests, but the Son of Man has nowhere to lay his head. I want to talk with you about that just briefly this morning. Talking about foxes have holes, birds of the air have nests, but the Son of Man has nowhere to lay his head. And I want to talk with you in the light of working for God, in the light of working for God. And I want to start by saying this, but let me say it right away at the beginning. When we are talking about working for God, unlike what is done in secular vocations, working for God is essentially being used by God. When we talk about working for God, it's unlike what an engineer does, what a doctor does, what a teacher does, what a nurse does. It's different in that we are working for God. And the essence of working for God is that God is himself is doing his work and he is using you. So working for God is actually being available for use by God. Now, Jesus is saying foxes have holes, Now, foxes are a type of wild animals. They actually look more like dogs. So it is actually using the analogy, and it has spiritual significance. Foxes talk about like these are like evil spirits or like demons. And the birds of the air, these are spirits that influence the behavior of people, and they operate from the realm of the spirit, from the heavenly places. So it says these have custodians, these have homes, these have people that have accepted them to live and work through them. So demons and unclean spirits have people who have accepted that they stay in them and that they work using them. But he says the Son of Man has nowhere to lay his head, and his head speaks of his mind, his understanding, his wisdom, his vision. So he's saying he does not have people who have accepted that he lives through them and that he works through them by imparting into them his mind, his understanding, and his wisdom. So I want to say to you that you can work for God by giving yourself over to him and asking him and say, Lord, you want to talk to somebody. Here is a mouth, here are lips, here is a tongue, here is a vessel. Talk through me. You want to love somebody, love through me. You want to teach somebody, teach through me. Whatever you want to do, Lord, I ask you, do it freely through me. That's the essence of working for God. So don't think it's for some special people or you need to be whatever kind of a person. You can work for God by giving your vessel to God, daily praying a prayer to say, Lord, as the new day has begun, I ask that you sanctify me for your use and that you anoint me for your use. I want to work for you. I want you to use me wherever I go, wherever I work, wherever I go to school, wherever I live, in my family, to my in-laws. I want you to use me. I want to work for you. And I know at my best, it is when you are using me. May God bless you as you take up this wise counsel.